And we are live. Welcome to the Ales and Fails Twitch stream, Ale Pack. I'm your host, Ale Wolf, otherwise known as Ales, gentleman streamer, the No Throne Cicerone, and Mama Ales, baby boy. And welcome back. It is Thursday in my small corner of the world. Might be Friday on yours. Who knows? The world is an ever-shifting place. And welcome back to the stream, Rio de Lobos. How are you doing this fine evening? We are playing Hades. Imagine that. I seem to remember that the first time you came in to the stream, you mentioned that I think that's what actually led you to follow this stream. And I took a break from Hades for a while, but we're back. We still haven't escaped, so who knows how long this campaign is going to continue to take, but certainly glad to have your company. I think I'm in about 80 or so attempts at escaping. I'm still quite stubborn. I'm still using the Shield of Chaos, and you know what? That's how it's gonna be. Hopefully you've had a lovely day, both you, Rio, and everyone else watching, tuning in, and that includes all of our friends, the bots. It's been a good day, I want to say. It is actually my first day of my quote-unquote weekend, and unfortunately most of it is packed with chores and whatnot. But those are behind us. We can get on with the show. This is our second stream of the week. Yesterday I was playing The Legend of Zelda and we finished the first quest. We defeated Ganon, and next time we go back to it, we'll probably start on the second quest, but that's not going to be for a while. But yeah, that's a bit of housekeeping items. Let's see, chilling, my meds are wearing off. Hey, good to hear. And I'm getting hyper, but I'm fine. Hey, as long as you're fine, you're great. I got to play FF16, it's super fun. You know, I've only been hearing very good things about it ever since it released, and I can't help but notice that everyone is hyper fixated on how good looking the protagonist is, which is probably true. I think he's a good looking chap. But before we get into the action, let me go ahead and talk about what's on tap tonight. So, this is another helping from Paulaner Brewery from Germany. This is Paulaner Salvator. And Paulaner Salvator is a double bock, or a doppelbock. Well, and once again, this is another helping from Paulaner where we're dealing with a lager as opposed to an ale. And here I go once again betraying my namesake. So let's take a step back. Paulaner is one of the oldest breweries in Germany. It is one of the 6 main breweries in the Munich region, and it is one of the 6 breweries that host the yearly Oktoberfest, to which I hope to one day return. A double bock, as I said, is a lager, which is different than an ale in the sense that it is bottom fermenting, so the yeast actually goes down into the beer tank whenever it ferments, and it also requires slightly cooler temperatures. What this causes is for the beer to actually be a lot crisper than an ale, a lot lighter in body, but I wouldn't say it loses any of the flavor. It has its own unique character. I would say ales are generally a little bit more varied, but you know, a beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Now, Doppelbock specifically are German lagers, and actually it is simply a play on the terms of double and bock. Bock meaning a dark German lager, and they're generally maltier. They don't have too much hop forward taste, and whenever you come to a Doppelbock, it means that it's got a slightly heavier alcohol contents, higher than 6.5, if I'm remembering correctly. There's different types of bocks. There's Weizenbocks, which are made with wheat. There's ice bocks, which include a freezing process, which I'm not too familiar with. But that's enough about what I have to say on the matter. Let's see what Untapped, the king of beer raiders, has to say here. Super fun. But he is so handsome, Ales. You can't blame people. Hey, I'm not blaming people. I think that people should enjoy their pretty boys. I absolutely agree, and no doubt I will be a fan once I get to play the game as well. So let's see, Salvator. 7.9% alcohol by volume. Paulaner Salvator, with its strong, typically malty flavor, is what you could call the original Paulaner. The bottom fermented double bock beer combines the finest hops and dark barley malt. The Paulaner monks used to drink Salvator as a food substitute during Lent. See, now that's my type of Lent. The most famous master brewer was Frater Barnabas. That's an interesting historical note. I wonder if it's the fellow on the logo here. I actually have never had this on stream, so this will be an ales first. I should have some sort of GIF for that, but I don't. Let's go ahead and open this. And I did enjoy a couple of beers before this, but I'm mostly rinsed out. I enjoyed some good water before this, so I'm gonna have some clear tasting of this particular beer. And so it's an orangish brown from what I can tell. Very light on the bubbling. The nose is very light but actually malty, kind of like a brown ale. Very fresh nose. Fang and ale, dear viewer. And so very crisp. It's actually quite maple flavored. Very light on the sugars though, very moderate. it holds back. No, it has its strength, but it holds back. I want to say for a lager it's actually heavier than I would expect, but maybe that's because it's a double bock. Maybe a 2 out of 5 in terms of body composition. It's actually not as transparent as most lagers are. You can definitely taste some good hops there, though nothing that I would classify as bitter, more like steely. And steely is more like of a consistent metallic background flavor, if that makes any sense. Sometimes I like to compare it to the steeliness of wasabi without the spice. And yeah, just a very nice embracing mouthfeel. It clings to the tongue. It's not creamy. It's actually quite. It actually hugs the tongue, if that makes any sense. So Paulaner Salvatore, it is very delicious. I enjoy it. It is certainly something, maybe not to start out the night, but certainly something to carry forward the night. So yeah, drink it if you see it out in the wild. And with that, let me go ahead and update my ticker before we actually go back into the game. And there we go. And let me check in here on Untapped. I want to say this is a solid 3. Certainly better than average. It is not something that I would generally jump the gun for and seek for a particular flavor, but it's certainly a workhorse beer. Oh, and look at that, middle of the road, level 21. Just enough to drink, looking for more of a kick than a session beer, but want to be able to stay for a few rounds. Well, I will be staying for a few rounds. And then Das Boot. Somebody once heard that this was actually pronounced Das Bot. Dessen Mindesteins. Okay, that's 15 different German beers. Try 5 more for level 4. You can be sure that we will be here for that. But that's enough about beers. Let's go ahead and jump back into the game, which is what most people are here for. And voila. Now I believe I'm picking up this game in the middle of a run, and unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that last time I was playing this, which was 1 week ago, by the end of my run I was very much falling asleep, so I don't assume that this is going to be a very productive finish to this particular run. But you know what? You never know. Sometimes I tend to surprise myself, right? Like when my baby teeth fell out. Now that was surprising. Okay. Escape attempt 86. And so we are in Elysium. One of my most I think one of the most alluring places, and at the same time one of the places that I despise the most. When there's a chance to fish. I don't even know what I have right now. Let's check. Okay, so Divine Strike, attack is stronger and can deflect, so that's good. Special is stronger and chills. You hate the temple. You mean the what is it? The River Styx? I think, is that what they call the temple? The Temple of Styx? I actually don't like that level either, just because of all the traps and whatnots. Your cast seeks out foes. And the Tidal Dash. Then what do we have here? The Arrowhead. 50% chance to be rare or better. Critical effects deal even more damage to armor. Dash Strike is 88% more damage. And of course this strong aspect of Chaos, which we recently powered up. Instead of 2 bonus shields thrones, we get 3, which is nice. You think so? Yeah, I don't like the level design in that level actually. It's like you're constantly just trying to survive one run to actually get to the next one. I don't really fare well because it's such close quarters sometimes. Boons will knock away effects and also rupture foes. And of course the Holy Shield, which is revenge damage. Alright, let's remember how to do this. And let's not forget our fish, which...
Here's something to remember, fishies.
Carp. It's amazing I get anxious or upset when I fall. Yeah, I totally feel that. It's not my strong point. I always feel like, should I go another round? Should I go through the rooms again? It's like diminishing returns sometimes. Okay, so it's either darkness or gems. We're generally going for darkness for the most part. At some point I should switch over to gems. And we have no extra lives here, so we're already in pretty bad state. I feel like at least for Theseus and the Minotaur I need at least a couple of extra lives. We're gonna try to use our bonus shields a lot more this time, just because I believe that this is the strength of this build, and sometimes I forget that. And I do love hearing Master Chaos. Who else? Here we go. Too many butterflies.
Damn, he's recovered.
I didn't realize somebody recovered. Sometimes I wonder what's better, to destroy the butterflies or get rid of these guards. And I never have a clear answer here.
That one's regenerating.
Nice. Hey, get back here, you. Whew, okay. Well, certainly didn't fare as well as I would have liked. And the Well of Caron.
Anything I need.
Okay, so more healing. I do have about 500 coins, so not necessarily as much as I would like, but certainly better than... I generally stick around the 200s. 20 darkness. And 20% more move speed. This is always a good one.
Should be useful.
Let's go for this. Like I said, I make no assumptions that I'm going to survive this run, but if I can collect a few more collectibles before going back. Oh, hey. Will I be able to get back my lives? Is this run about to turn around? Patroclus. Such a jaded figure.
So, how's Achilles doing lately, stranger? I figured you could tell me since you've always access to him, and I don't.
Well, perhaps Patroclus, if you could just stand up. I'm just kidding, of course.
He's forced to do my father's bidding, and sworn to secrecy, apparently. I don't pretend to fully understand, but all in all, I think he's doing well. I hope you'll see him for yourself.
I am very interested to see if we actually get to reunite these two at some point.
You don't fully understand, but hope. I see. Well, if you do get to the bottom of this little mystery at some point, you'll indulge me, won't you?
Absolutely, sir.
I'll see what I can do about it, sir.
And let's go ahead and replenish all of our death defiances.
Thanks a lot.
Like I said, this might actually turn things around once again. Poor dude, he deserved better. I do not disagree, Rio. It is a very tragic tale. Let's go for the duel. It gives us the best chance to get more for one room. We've certainly been favoring Artemis recently, so I don't want to face her wrath. I feel like critical hits are probably going to damage me more than whatever Athena has up her sleeve.
Bless you, Zagreus.
After you cast Retrieve from Slain Foes, any damage that you deal has a chance to be critical. I'm not really using the Bloodstone much, so I feel like I have no need for this. This game is dubbed Marriage Counseling Simulator for a reason, Ales. You know what? Now that you mentioned that, I am beginning to understand. And I would probably say that that couple is not the only one here. Let's go with the pressure points.
You choose one of my relatives instead of me, though I myself was first to contact you. Alas, I must respond to you in kind.
Athena, please be reasonable.
Well, that's that. Let's give her a show then.
Oh, wow. Why did I stay there? Too many traps about me.
Let's come back.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I almost feel like the amount of speed that I have on me is a little bit of a detractor simply because I almost don't know where I'm landing. Okay. Ooh, a burger. Sorry, I mean a gyro. At least the nice thing is that the traps also affect the enemies. How much more of this? There he goes.
Say I've bickered with you quite enough for now, cousin. Let us continue down a more productive path.
Now that's the Athena I know. Okay, so Athena's aid. I don't think I have an aid yet, so this might be good. Resist damage from foes' attacks. Plus 10%. And your abilities that can deflect also make foes exposed. I think maybe one of my abilities can do that. I forget which one. This might be a gamble because I don't remember which one it is. The more sure thing would be the bronze skin, but it's also boring. Alright, let's see where we are at. Let's see. Okay, so it's my attack, which is not really what I want to do because I want to use my special more. Once again, I'm kind of just fighting against myself. Let's go see Hermes. And I believe this is the room before the room. You should get an aid. I think you mean like those little summon creatures? I think I was reading about that. I don't know that I have access to any of them yet. Oh, I'm sorry. You mean the a summon? Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
Olympus, I sent this message.
Probably should have done that. Hindsight is 2020. Quick reload. Side hustle. Your attack is faster. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I see what you mean, Rio. Thank you for the suggestion. And sorry that I failed to see your suggestions after I choose them. I sometimes forget that there's a delay between when I stream and when you actually see things, and when you type things and when I actually see them. But I will try to keep that in mind. All right, let's try this out. Let's settle the nerves. Let's pretend that we're cracking our knuckles. And let's do this. Settle into the immortal arena.
Prepare to be sent back into the depths whence you came.
And so, I honestly think that one of the reasons that I constantly fail at doing this is just the fact that I keep getting smashed by Theseus's arrows or spear. And at least he's getting that chill effect. Ooh, and there goes one life. And I naturally move faster than him already, so that's good. Why is he shielded? The arena moves. Wow, that was a big hit. Jeez. Down he goes.
One down, one to go.
Of course.
Oh, we're not finished.
Wow. But yet, the worst is yet to come. There we go. Whew. Last chance. Ah, jeez. There's gotta be a better way, folks. Also, my PNG is almost ready for stream. Hey, that's awesome. I'm really glad to hear that. So I should be online soon, even though I haven't done much in terms of planning my debut. Hey, you know what? In whatever shape or form you debut, I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. It seems to me like you put a lot of thought into it, so no doubt it's gonna be great quality from the outset. I'm assuming that you're still planning on streaming on Twitch. I remember you were still thinking about which platform based on one of your tweets, but I'm not sure. Alright, let's drink this potion. And with no Death Defiances left, I think there's very little chance here of defeating Hades, but we're still gonna give it a go, at least for some good practice. Oh nice, and 5 encounters to rank this one up. Let's see what we can buy here. Oh, and my thumbs really received a workout. Yeah, I did think about it. You deal 50% more damage when striking foes from behind. That's pretty good. I don't think I need this. Oh, I see. So this actually just gives you 25 more. I don't know. There's some pretty good stuff to buy up ahead. Maybe let's just move on. Right now, I'm just gonna stick to Twitch for now. Okay, no, that's cool.
I'm out of here.
Like I said, I'll certainly do my best to catch it whenever it does come up. With the asterisk that my schedule is incredibly is kind of absurd these days, but I will certainly most try to make it. And nothing really of interest here. Alright, let's get a move on to the Temple of Styx, which is nobody's favorite place. So for that Theseus fight, I know that the general strategy is to defeat Minotaur first, but I wonder if there are ways in which you can actually take on Theseus before taking Minotaur, because I do feel like Minotaur has just a ridiculous amount of HP. Alright, let's see what's for sale. Thanks for having faith, for thinking I put much action into my debut plans. I thought more than do, to be honest. Hey, you know what? Whether your planning is written down or executed or simple thoughts, I think that's work, right? That's energy that you're putting into your endeavor. And let's see, what is this? I wonder what this could be.
I guess this means you must have paid the boatman's ransom here. And whatever price he charged you, it was worth it.
Alright, Artemis. Ah, here we go. The aid. I think taking... sorry. Yeah, I remember you do this for a hobby. Well, I'm gonna be trying to make this more a full-time thing. That's awesome. That's awesome. I admire people that can try to take streaming to the level where it's actually like a almost like a profession, right? I wish I could do that someday, but yeah, I think we're gonna stick with this low level streaming for a good long while. I think taking thesis out is better, but it's harder. Yeah, I might look up some videos to see if that how that can be done effectively. Yeah, so let's take Artemis's aid. I feel like I need her at my side. And let's try to see if we can simply get those bones. What's good here? Well, nothing is explicitly great. I want to say maybe Poseidon, maybe Athena. Athena might be better, simply because we've already got a boon against deflect. Boon for deflect. Oh, great. Okay. It's kind of weird sometimes that the game doesn't actually suggest to you in this level that the enemies are cleared, because there's no, like, freeze frame. Boom.
Doesn't taste like anything.
And that's another one. That's fair. Ah, I hate the rats. Carriers of the Black Plague.
What is this stuff?
Alright, keep going. Oh, and Wild Boy Churro seems to have finally graced our presence. Voila. Okay. Hopefully we are approaching the end of this labyrinth. Ah, the traps. Broke. Is that it? Oh, no, it's not. Wasting too much energy in this place. Where? Oh, more waves. Finally broke. The adamant arrowhead finally ranked up. Oh, what do we get, Athena? If anybody on Olympus might have the capacity to mend the rift between my master and themselves, it must be her, though. Even in all her wisdom, I remain unsure if she can sway my master's obstinance. Let's see. I'm not sure how your schedule is looking. You don't have to tell me. But so far for me, I'm planning on being a morning or early afternoon streamer. Thanks to how my life is now. Yeah, I think it's I think it is important to try to balance
My authority.
your life with whenever you take up streaming. I feel like you could really get into the weeds as to like what is the best time to stream and what are the most optimal times that you can reach the audience you're trying to reach. But at the end of the day, if the times don't work for your particular day-to-day schedule, then it's almost like a self-defeating purpose. Which is why I stream so gosh darned late. I just can't do it. Except for my Friday streams, of course. That's the only time. That's the only time where I can comfortably do like an afternoonish type of stream. And as some of you might already know, I sometimes don't do it because one thing or another gets in the way. I can only depend on nothing hassling me in the evenings. Ooh, Death Defiance makes you impervious, but I have no Death Defiances left. Resist damage from foes' attacks, so that's good. You begin each encounter with your God gauge partially full. This could be good. Let's see. Ale spitting facts. You know what? If any of these things resonate with you, it must also mean that you at some point have thought about them. Let's go with Proud Bearing. Yeah, thank you for the suggestion there. Like I said, I have no I can't imagine that I'm going to beat the game in this run, but like I said, we have to do our best to get in the fight with Hades, just because otherwise I'm not really getting any training done. And anything that I really want to get here? Honestly, I don't know that anything might improve my situation. Potentially, Demeter? I don't know. Or maybe if we just save our money for the next round. We could just go for more money. Might be a simpler run. What are the chances that what servers want is actually what behind that door? Yeah, let's go for the matter. Get the lasers.
Just what I need.
My message comes to you by riverboat this time, young Zagreus. At least that Charon is amenable to our attempts to contact you.
Yeah, he is a wily foe. Ooh, 10 stacks of chill causes a blast, clearing the effect. That's pretty cool. It's also a fated choice. Frozen touch. After you take damage and completely chill your foe. So it's a revenge damage sort of thing. And when all foes are chill afflicted, they are 15% slower and decay. I don't know that I ever get to apply chill to every single foe. So the attack from my current repertoire that causes chill, I believe, is the special. So nothing great, really. I might simply go for the Arctic Blast since it's part of the fated choice at this point. If only I had the Arctic, I'd do the fated choice because... yeah, that's where I was leaning. Who knows when you'll get it again. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like looking more at the long-term thing. Long game indeed. That is why we're here. Let's go. Well, at this point I don't think I'll need coin. I doubt that I'll be buying anything else at this point, really. Could go for the Centaur Heart, but that's not really gonna... well, let's go check out what Uncle Poseidon's up to.
I bet it's in here.
Oh, the room's cleared. These rats just disappear out of sight very easily. Move. And there he goes.
Found it already.
That was easy enough. I thought we were supposed to encounter a boss based on that skull, but maybe I was mistaken.
Just the foul sack I need. In the name of Hades.
Okay, let's see. Attack and special are stronger the first 10 seconds of the encounter. So that's good. You deal more damage when slamming foes into barriers. I don't know that I'll be slamming too many people into barriers. How much health do I have? About 100. And no further death defiances. Yeah, it's 100. Yeah, if only I could turn that thing off. But I cannot. It has a hold over me. Your God gauge charges up faster when you take damage. Yeah, let's go with that. Actually, it's 97 out of 225. And let's go ahead and restore.
That's something.
We're up to 187 out of 225. Put it on the right side. Yeah, I could do that. Maybe I'll do that once I return. Once I return home.
I should check the other passageways before I leave.
Alright. Oh, and we can actually buy something before we go. Really the only thing we can get is the heart.
I'll take this one.
There we go, 212. I might just do that. Old boy.
Has the prince again persuaded fearsome Cerberus to get out of his way?
Oh, and Churro left us.
I can go.
Alright, one more time onto Hades. Somehow I am far less anxious about facing Hades, even though I've never beaten him, than facing Theseus and the Minotaur. He's just that good at playing the crowd, I guess. Alright.
Alright, this is it.
It grew distinctly colder just as you arrived. So Demeter has been in contact with you then. That witch. Tell me how much she knows.
Alright, that's good for right now.
What? I don't... Wait, this everlasting winter is her doing, isn't it? Why? Don't mortals die when it's cold? Sounds like a lot of extra work for you.
Theseus rolls the intimidation high. Yeah, he reminds me of what a really good pro wrestler would do.
Then you are ignorant. Keep it that way with her, lest you risk everything you understand. The consequences would be far worse than a foul stretch of weather. But enough talk now. Darkness.
That is some reach. Wow, what a wasted. Guy, move out of the way.
I know where you are.
I don't think I can block that spear. Jeez.
So hi, remember me?
You truly think this service is where you belong?
What do you think, Father?
I think you are wasting your time.
Ah, I didn't even make it to the second phase.
You're stubborn, boy. However, so am I.
Yeah, and I'm stubborn enough to do this for 90 different times. Alright.
I'll make it out of here yet.
One day. Alright. Let's see if there's anything that we gained during our journeys. I gotta say though, I definitely thought that was a dead run before getting my Death Defiances back, so sometimes things do turn around pretty significantly in this game. It was a good try. I feel like I failed in firing my shields. I think one of as much as I like the Avenger shield kind of aspect of the Shield of Chaos, when it's single target, sometimes it just feels a little bit wasted. But I do like it. I can't not do it. Nobody's here. Thank you very much for the compliment. It was an okay try. Have I heard of Nendroids? Yes, I've seen them out in the wild. Why do you ask?
The Hound of Hell barely regards the prince, having been sated for the time.
Such a true dog.
Back soon, boy. If I don't pat you about the head, stop and bite my arm. Deal?
Alright. Gotta adjust the headgear for a second. The difficulties of a goggled streaming. Wow, it seems like nobody's home.
Dionysus is on assignment, huh?
You have Zag as an android. I want to get Thanatos. Well, they would definitely look very cute together. That's very cool.
You have to tell me more about this pact you signed, Achilles. You and Patroclus. So you're doomed to never be together then.
Wow.
You must safeguard the details of it, lad. Although it's not as bad as you make out. I ensure Patroclus is provided for. We wouldn't have been together anyway. Initially, he wasn't sent into Elysium, you see.
Is that so?
There has to be a way for me to make this right. Not just for him, for you.
You've other pressing matters to attend to, lad. And Patroclus and I have ample time to wait this out. I know you mean well, but do not discuss this matter with your father now. I fear that it could make things worse. Do you understand?
Loud and clear, Achilles.
I do, I think.
Do I collect anything? You mean other than scars? Let's see. I think a lot of the things that I used to collect I no longer collect simply because of my lack of space. I had to let go of a few things. Back in the day I used to collect Lego sets, and I went through 3 generations of collections, each of them that I had to let go. I collected Yu-Gi-Oh cards for a while, but those as well I had to let go. I guess you could say I collect video games, but a lot of the earlier stuff I gave away to one of my siblings. Simply because, again, I just didn't have the space. Anything to offer here? Now, in terms of today, though, what do I collect anything? Yeah, I guess I don't. I mean, like I said, I would certainly love to have a collection of something. I definitely see the value in collecting things, but again, it's the sort of thing where I just don't have the space anymore. Contractors' desks, the Lusks. But it makes sense. Diamonds are hard to get. No, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I've been trying to trade up with the guy that trades items for different items, simply to get Titan's blood so that I can power up my Shield of Chaos. That in itself has been a very challenging endeavor at a chamber. I can't really... Oh, I think I've got most of these things. Special item. Get the... Okay. Well, maybe I just need to start looking out for gems. I collect a lot of stuff, like crystals, business cards, art, etc. That's really cool. How do you... I guess, just out of curiosity, how did you start collecting crystals? That's pretty unique, I think. Special item. Anything else that I didn't collect here? These are all house decor. Now, it's supposed to be the case that if you purchase enough random things for house decor, like new jobs pop up, but I've never actually seen that happen. Or at least I haven't noticed it happen. I could just spend my gems here, but I don't actually know if I can use them for something else. Let's see, I should go through my stuff and part with them. I don't want to become a hoarder. I mean, there's definitely something to be said about healthy collecting, right? And something to be said about the things that you keep with you. I do feel like most people, like myself, like yourself, like a lot of people, get attached to things throughout their lives and they keep it by their sides, but at some point, that backpack where you're carrying everything becomes incredibly heavy on your shoulders, and then it becomes a burden of some sort. Sometimes lightening up that load does lighten up the soul. I think at some point during my life I told myself, you know what, no matter, moving forward, I should try and have 3 hobbies at best, 3 hobbies that I exercise. And so I think I did like a relatively hefty purge at that point. And so the 3 hobbies that I chose was video games, as you can see here. The second one I chose was beer brewing, for which I have all the equipment, but I haven't done so in a while. And I guess the third one kind of varies, but at this point it's probably streaming, which is kind of tied to video games. And I don't think I have too much more than that. You could say that some of the other things that I do, like exercising, is kind of like a hobby, but it's more of a maintenance thing. Let's see. I just gravitate towards spiritual shops and such and find crystals and such like. See, that's what I was thinking, that's generally where you see like crystals in display. Ooh, beer brewing is cool. Beer brewing is lovely and I love it. It's just that when I started, it was me and my significant other, and unfortunately she has slightly different responsibilities these days, and so we can't actually do it as often as we would like. So it's kind of falling by the wayside. I also just have given a lot more time to like things, a few more passive hobbies, like watching anime and like YouTube videos and things like that. I feel like I could probably apply myself and bring myself to do beer brewing again by myself, but it's not as special by myself, I guess. But I will go back to it at some point.
Hey, Orpheus. You know, I've just been messing with you with those Dionysus tales and all that. Just trying to liven things up for us, mate.
That was a very strange tangent when Zagreus started talking to Orpheus about Dionysus, but I know it's supposed to be based on real mythology.
Oh, Zagreus, there isn't need for such humility. Not when one's deeds of heroism are as great and numerous as yours. It is an honor to have heard such deeds firsthand.
I was kidding. Seriously.
I sometimes hear my own thoughts in Orpheus's rants.
Lastly, too, sir, you are not permitted to address the prince unless first spoken to. You are invisible to him. Now, are we understood?
Harsh.
Yes, Miss Nix. We're understood. I mean, I understand. I'll I'll be going then.
Oh no.
Oh, poor Dusa. Let's see. If you make any, I definitely like to taste it. Yeah, it'd be fun. Back in the day, I used to do it so that I would perform the carbonation step in individual bottles, and I would hand it to my coworkers and friends. So that was easy. But then I decided to move on to a forced carbonation process where I would use a steel keg and a CO2 tank. And I got my own kegerator, which is just a refrigerator with a tap on the top with an outfit to like use a CO2 tank. But it's a little more difficult to have those samples for other people, since they literally would have to come to my house to like pour it out of the tap. It is a lot fresher, but it is not as convenient as issuing bottles. Maybe I should go back to bottle carbonation when I return.
Look at what I caught, chef.
Gems, keys, and a couple of nectars. You could stream yourself making beer if it might help with motivation. Now that would be something. Somebody just streaming beer brewing. The thing about beer brewing though is the fact that for a lot of it, you're just kind of sitting around watching it boil and making sure that it doesn't boil over, and then watching it cool down, which takes a while. So I think all of that I'd be doing while those processes are happening is sitting down and drinking beers. Now who wants to watch a crazy ancient like myself just do that? That'd be fun though. So nectars. Okay, so like I said, maybe I need to start aiming for the diamonds. Make it an FAQ time. I mean, it's a pretty good idea. It's pretty nifty. It's pretty original. I'd really have to think about how to like fill in that time, and what you say makes sense. For gifting to friends or for trade. I think for right now we'll keep what we have. But going back to think of various topics to talk about during that time. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I would probably end up doing. Ooh. That was actually the basis for the question of the night, for which I have one right there. And for tonight's question of the night, which I haven't addressed this entire time, is what is one element of a perfect day for you? Simply because I was thinking about just something lighthearted to talk about. And in a very superficial sense, one element of a perfect day for me would probably be maybe a good breakfast. Maybe like a... And then of course then I'd start trying to think about what's a good breakfast. Breakfast pizza is generally at the top of my list. Alright, let's see what I have earned. Goddess of Seasons, the son of the god of the dead, shall someday earn various boons of Demeter. Very nice.
Lady Demeter seems to have taken a shine to me.
I keep saying Demeter. It's Demeter. That's really bad. Okay, the son of the god shall someday break from the realm of which he was born. And of course, everything else is... Diamond is 100 gems. Go back, you can afford it. Did I miss that? Let's check it out. Oh, hi, it's the limited time. Imagine that how I don't notice these things.
Could use that diamond.
Ah, but it's only a one-time thing. Okay. So if I were to... How many keys do I have here? I have 10 keys. For 5 I could get 1 more nectar. How many nectars do I already have? 2. So at most I could get 2 more nectars, which would give me a total of 4. So still far away from a diamond. You have helped actually. See, this is what happens when I just start talking too much. I fail to notice things that are incredibly obvious. But then I guess that's the curse of streaming, as they say. Well, nobody calls it a curse. Maybe I just called it a curse. Alright, let's see if there's anything good here. I think I've been powering up my boiling blood recently. But what I really wanted to do was increase my... not this, but... no, not that either. Here we go, God's Legacy. I'm sure you can probably raise it up to 10%. But yeah, I think God's Bride is still good for us right now.
I think that should do it.
Very much appreciate your support, Rio. Alright. Not much to learn here. Where are we in terms of time? Getting close to... well, I think we're at our halfway point. We generally run up until 2 in the morning, unless something big is happening. And at the 1 o'clock PST, I generally go for a second drink. I'm so predictable. Let's see, who should we start developing after this? Like I said, Artemis is always a sure thing. But I have found a lot more fortune with Demeter recently. Might be a good idea. Athena is also pretty solid though. I think Deflect is always nice. And of course my favorite, Dionysus. His boons are not that great, but I just love him for who he is. Let's go for the Frostbitten Horn. Start developing that.
Might help.
And let's keep the shield. Let's get out of here. And there she is. What is our current relationship with Lady Demeter? 2 hearts. Let's go for 3. Wait, what's the button?
May this small offering bring you some joy there on Olympus, Lady Demeter. Thank you for all your help.
A conscientious gift, my little sprout, and I am grateful for your generosity. A bit of nectar cuts straight through the cold, I say.
Alright, let's see. My understanding is, despite popular belief, Demeter is no direct relation to Lord Hades or his brothers, being born of more ancient Titan stock. She certainly has taken pains to distance herself from Zeus in particular, often leaving Olympus for long stretches in search of something. The mystery thickens.
The frostbitten horn which you bear once overflowed. It holds a certain power still, of course. But never again shall mortal kind take it for granted.
Okay, so your attack inflicts chill. Oh hey, this one is nice. The few times that I've used it. And then the dash shoots a gust that inflicts chill. I think the answer is clear here, the crystal beam. Alright, so I've got a question. What habit you wish you can develop without much effort?
Get out of here.
Let's see. No, I love lasers too. What was that? Let's see, a habit that I wish I could develop without much effort. So a habit versus like a hobby, right? You're not talking about something that I'm pursuing, but maybe some some particular virtue or like characteristic. If we're talking about a habit, maybe simply trying to be more confident, I'd probably say. I feel like for as much as I believe in myself in general, it is difficult not to let the day's woes chip away at that confidence, which often leads to foolhardy decisions and very poor communications. But maybe that's not the type of answer that you were looking for. Let's move on.
Pardon me.
Let's take our key and go. Always breaking pots just in case. Boom.
A gift.
Well, I meant like a task, like brushing your teeth twice a day without fail, but I like your answer still. Very relatable. Okay, I think I kind of get it a bit more. In that case, maybe I'd go for sleep. I wish that I could... I guess we're going into the supernatural here, but I wish I could do without sleep or do with reduced sleep without much effort. I do without a lot of sleep, mind you, but it is with a lot of effort. Let's go for the nectars. Gotta love those nectarines. But what about you, Rio? Do you have an answer for that yourself?
Ready, Aegis?
And a nectar for our troubles. I guess to cheat my own question. And a hammer of Daedalus. Boom. Okay, your bold Russian send fires a piercing shot. I really like the Dread Flight. Your attack hits twice but does not knock foes away, and I really don't like this one. I'm going for that Dread Flight.
Tuned up.
Alright, let's see. I'd want to be able to remember and upkeep my self-care tasks without fail. No, that's actually a pretty solid one. I think there's a lot of little things that people do during the day for themselves, and sometimes it's difficult to keep track of all of those. Or simply be able to plan much better. I'm torn between the two. Well, I don't think planning is ever going to be a simple one, simply because for as much as you plan everything throughout your day, days just sometimes are unpredictable, and life just throws at you curveballs. And maybe the idea is not necessarily to plan better, but be better at adapting. At least that's one way to look at it. Very good choice. It would be nice if the Dreadflight would actually affect my extra shields. Oof.
The underworld's power. Thank you.
So darkness for our troubles. Yeah, you're right. Adapting on the fly is also good. No, but like I said, I think your original choice made sense. I think a wise person once told me that not every plan results in success, but every success had a plan behind it. Take from that what you will. And so it is Zeus, and it is a mid-boss. A toast to those we lost along the way. I gotta move faster. Ah, come on. I gotta keep my shield up more. This is ridiculous. I never had so much trouble with this witch. Wow, that decreased way more health than I would have expected. I thought I was better than that. Zeus.
I gather Lady Demeter's already got a frigid hold on you. Certainly not the warmest member of the clan, now is she?
Pun intended.
With her, she's been through a lot.
Poetry. I hate this guy too. Bit tough with the shield. Yeah, absolutely. So attack emits chain lightning when you damage a foe, and your special causes lightning bolts to strike nearby foes. And then your dash causes a lightning bolt to strike nearby foes. Thinking maybe the special at this particular point. I'm not too sure. Maybe I'll simply go with the Thunder Flourish at this point. Yeah. You think the attack? Because you use that a lot more. That is true. Yeah. I can see that. If anything, it can rank up. Alright, let's go for some darkness. For darkness fills my heart with pain. Boom. How dare you? I keep forgetting that I have these lasers on, by the way.
Some darkness.
Alright, so either visit Charon or Coin. And this will give us up to 125. Maybe let's go for it.
I'll take what's mine.
Why you?
Not too bad.
Depths with them.
There.
Okay, so maybe now we can actually visit Charon. Be quick. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I wasn't even looking too much at where my enemies were. Generally, I don't go for these gambles, but since this is kind of early on in the game, I thought, yeah, why not? Ooh, a fishing spot.
Charon's shop. Got a bite. Another knucklehead.
A fine knucklehead. So some food for our troubles. Fortunately, we're not yet at the Furies. Let's go meet Lady Demeter.
Cheers, mate.
Okay. And I think maybe the crystal beam makes the most sense here. Oh, wait a second. I chose the Palm of Power. They're so close together. I meant to choose Demeter. So silly. Well, since we're here anyways.
Sharpen my senses.
We can still buy it though.
Pleasure doing business.
Your special... Okay, see, this is what I want. I'm going with a Frost Flourish. And let's get some health back. So I did what you put there. Okay, so now we got the Frosty Shield. Life is good, LG. Where are we in terms of friendship with Charon? He seems to have a certain motive of his own, but it cannot be fathomed, nor can the boatman's manner be deciphered by one such as me. I choose to think he serves a purpose higher even than the master's own. I think we can save it for another deity.
Ringers.
And I guess I am noticing that the shield takes longer to come back to me, but that's because it's flying away and hitting more enemies. I guess I should depend on my crystal lasers when that happens.
The underworld's power.
It's hard coming across nectar. Yeah, absolutely. Anything else of interest in this room? Bloodstones, of course. It's a center heart or the palm of power. I generally like to run with at least 150, so we're moving with the center heart. Bottoms up. I honestly have to stop drinking between rooms. Health is currently at 100 out of 125. So actually quite small right now. And the Well of Charon. I doubt we can actually buy anything particularly useful. Though the attack one generally does well for me. It's only 40. I think it'll probably last long enough to cover the boss encounter. So maybe let's go with it.
Sold.
15% chance to drop health items as well. Yeah, why not? We're on a spending spree here. Zach can't heal himself. Yeah, I do recover some from just the darkness. But not enough, of course. Also drink water. You got it, boss. Someone once said the element which brings life. That was Kitana from the first Mortal Kombat movie. Fun times. Ooh.
No one's here.
It's a nice room.
All mine.
And some health from our troubles. We're back to 125 out of 125. Let's go see Athena. I can always use some deflect in my build. Oh. From a non-combat room to another non-combat room.
I have your back, cousin. Rise now to your rightful station with my blessings.
So my dash deals deflect, which is nice. Ah, revenge damage is always good. But sure footing is actually quite good, especially now that we're moving on to Asphodel. And then of course the Temple of Styx. I feel like those are two of the most trap-ridden locations. So something that gives us defense from traps is always pretty solid. I might just go with the... You can never go with it. Dash, dash, dash. I do like just that. I do move around a lot, so... Will it be...
You again.
Ah, my least favorite of the Furies.
I've got a lot to be thankful for, you know, Red Blood. Your daddy could have shut you in the lowest pits, and then we never would have met.
Perish the thought, Electo. What would you have done with yourself if not for all our fated encounters?
I like to use Perish the Thought every once in a while. When I'm trying to be fancy.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't like her either.
Laid all sorts of other trash down here.
Well, great minds think alike.
Because of you.
So run and hit is the name of the game at this stage. Boom. An Ails and Fails classic.
She won't like this.
Okay, that wasn't too bad of a match. Very nice indeed.
Right.
Okay. I always have the bad habit of checking if the chamber offers anything else, even though I know there's nothing else there. Some of that exploratory bug. Let's see, I find her to be harder than Meg. Yeah, I mean, she definitely comes off more aggressive. I think her attack is a little more erratic. Yeah, I just don't like the personality. Maybe that's just my thing. And we're back at full health, 125 out of 25. And welcome back, and I go. I've been watching Ails, but I'm on the phone. I spared you with my antics tonight. LOL. I might take make a few comments before the stream ends. So hey, no worries. I'm sure you've got things to do, people to chat with. So don't worry about it. And I go. I appreciate your company whenever you're here, but if you can't make it, I know you've got your reasons. Let's see. Make all the comments, and I go. I gotta check the room as well. Yeah, it's just a force of habit from like playing games, I think. And we can't buy anything, so it doesn't matter. And you know what? I think this is where we'll take a break. Let's simply go to the first room of Asphodel, and I think ooh, a Titan's blood. Oh wait, huh? I don't think we got a Titan's blood. Weird. All right. I think we'll leave it here. I'm gonna take a quick bio break, folks. And we'll be back on the other side, maybe about 5 minutes, with the next drink and the second half of our Hades run. Let's see, where are my buns here? Yeah, so we'll be back shortly. Stay tuned, Ale Pack. And welcome back to the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. I'm your host, Alewolf, otherwise known as Ales, gentleman streamer, the excellence of an execution, brewmaster for the Order of the Shield Lycan. And welcome back to early Friday morning, at least in my corner of the world. We're playing Hades, or what I like to call Dionysus Hades, because the entire time we're playing under the influence of Dionysus. Yeah, tonight has been good development. I think we've had a few good set of encounters. We did face Hades earlier and of course lost. But you know what, it was good practice. Certainly learned our way through certain boons. Thank you very much, Rio de Lobos. Happy to be back. But before we get back into the action, we just made it to Asphodel. Let's go ahead and talk about what's on tap for the rest of the evening. And this is something that we've had on stream at least once before. This one is known as All the Chocolate from Devil's Canyon Brewing here in San Carlos, California. And I say here in San Carlos, California as if I was in San Carlos, California. It's kind of got this really nice graphic where it's like this very old-fashioned like chocolate bar there. I think it's kind of cute. I like it. So what is this? This is a chocolate stout. And what is a chocolate stout exactly? Well, a stout is a type of ale that generally brews dark. The malts that are used for stouts generally, whenever you boil them, they actually have a darker color. And so you have specific malts that'll do that, like examples are crystal malts and chocolate malts specifically. Chocolate malts specifically called because when you turn them into beer, they have a particular chocolate-like taste. Stouts tend to be opaque. They're generally not too bitter, so they don't really have very strong hop flavors. What generally comes from their flavor is sugars and malts and maple-like notes. Of course, for chocolate malts, what really comes out is the chocolate flavor. Very similar to chocolate. What's interesting about the All the Chocolate beer here is that not only does it use chocolate malts, during the fermentation process where you can put in adjuncts, they actually added, I think, cocoa nibs into the mixture. So it's got both chocolate malts as well as actual chocolate into the brew, making it incredibly chocolatey. So if you're a fan of chocolate and beer, I certainly suggest that you drink this. But that's what I have to say about it. Let's see what Untapped has to say on the matter. And let's go back to my alternate over here. It's a healthy 9% alcohol by volume. All the Chocolate is a perfect addition to your holiday festivities. The jam-packed ooey gooey goodness will have you coming back for seconds and thirds with ice cream. Boasting of rich cocoa aroma that only intensifies your craving, satisfy your palate with your first sip. Grab this chocolatey and delicious beer for the ultimate after-dinner dessert. Throw your taste buds a party with this delicious chocolate stout. You know, a lot of that was hype. I don't know that actually described what the beer is like. But yeah, I've had it at least once before. So with that, let's go ahead and taste this. You know, I have been to Devil's Canyon Brewing in the past. It is certainly a nice place to visit. Every Friday I remember that they have like a food truck rally where you could get beers and at the same time have something for dinner in the evening and then just like mingle with people. Very beautiful location. I specifically remember that right before the pandemic started raging, one of the last social things that I did was go to a beer festival held at Devil's Canyon with some of my closest friends. And it was a really nice day, and I really enjoyed spending my time with them. And then we all went into shutdown. I don't know what you would call it, but kind of just like a really fun memory that I have held on to. I have gone back to Devil's Canyon since then, of course, but I've never gone back to like a beer event like that. I believe it was like a beer can festival. Alright, so this is a pretty dark beer. You can't actually see through it. Lockdown, yeah, that's a much better. Shutdown. Shutdown's like a company shutdown. Um, in terms of a nose, yeah, it's very powerful in terms of chocolate. I want to say more like a dark chocolate smell. I'm not a dark chocolate connoisseur, but I would say like a chocolate percentage of like 60-70%. And maybe very light roast of a background. Fang and ale, dear viewer. So rich, creamy. I want to say some of that creaminess is almost like a vanilla type flavor. It's that creaminess has some depth. You can actually taste like a bit of like strawberries, and maybe that's what it was alluding to when it was talking about jam type flavor. I want to say lighter in body than I would expect for a stout as heavy as this. Maybe a 2.5 out of 5, so right in the mid range. And yeah, once again, very light in terms of the bittering notes. Quite delicious, very much sugar forward. The malts are really what's showcased here, as well as the chocolate. So I like it. This is delicious. You'll probably see me have this multiple times. So all the chocolate's out. Let me go back and update my ticker over here, and we'll be on our way. Okay, so that's that. Let me go ahead and rate this guy. I would give it a solid 4, for it is kind of my type of beer, but maybe a 3.75 because my strong suit is not really chocolate. You know what, honestly, tonight it does read like a 4. Beautiful. First time drinking this beer and second time overall. Oh, trust me, it hasn't been the second time. And that's that. Ooh, lights out. Would I ever try sake? I actually have tried sake in the past. Once upon a time, several years ago, I did go to Japan. Let's go back to our live scene. And my significant other and I did like this tour of in Osaka, where we got to taste a bunch of sake, and it was a very interesting drink. They had me taste like several different types of varieties of sake, and I think the one that I remember the most fondly was like this hazy type of sake, where I think like it didn't have like the filtration process that normal sake has, and so it had a bit more body to it. I thought it was interesting. Yeah, I did go to Japan. It was more of a couples retreat sort of thing. Yeah, so I think we went to obviously Tokyo, because you have to go to Tokyo, Osaka, and what was it, Kanazawa. It was like this structured trip that I think we got as some sort of a deal. I would love to go back, to be perfectly honest with you. Can't get enough of Japan. Are you a fan of sake, Rio? All right, let's see. Nice. I've got more experience with rum, to be honest. Ramchara to be exact. Also, there's no game sound. Good catch. So generally when I go to desktop sound, it'll activate by itself. So maybe I missed a setting there. Sorry about that. But thank you for letting me know. Okay, now it should be better. And it's funny that you talk about Ramchara. I think at this point I have a couple of bottles of Ramchara every time we near the holidays. I always say I could be having eggnog, but instead I will have Ramchara. It is quite delectable. And I'm sure it's probably just as good any other time of the year. I think I have a bottle of Ramchara actually in the fridge behind me. But no need to break that open today. Let's go with Hermes. Speed is always good, and speed is life in this game. These blasted mad bombers. Oof, trap. Move.
There he is.
Where are we in terms of friendship with Hermes? 2. Maybe not just yet.
Hiya, boss. I'd ask what's new, but I already know. I have my ways, and you have to get right on out of there.
Alright, side hustle. I like that, but kind of a waste. After taking damage, quickly dash to recover some hearts. I think I like that. And after you dash, you become sturdy. Actually, let's go with the hyper sprint.
Godspeed.
Question, do I speak Spanish or any other language? I do speak Spanish. Actually, one of the tags on this stream that I generally put on is Se habla español, which means I speak Spanish. Or a funny way of saying I speak Spanish. But today I had more than 10 tags on the thing, so I didn't actually put it there. Mostly because nobody talks to me in Spanish on these streams. Why do you ask? Do you speak other languages? Okay, so it's either Coin or Artemis. Of course it's gotta be our fair maiden, Artemis.
Easy does it. More of you, huh?
Oof, okay. Nice. And we are right about to hit the locked heart with Artemis.
You've never even seen the woods, have you? I hope you do someday. You could meet Callisto and the others. It's quite beautiful and green and calm. It's... Anyway.
Ah, she's so coy. Alright, Deadly Flourish. Look at that. Your special is stronger. 20% chance to deal critical damage. Now that is incredibly tempting. Of course there's Artemis Aid, which I do love. And then there's pressure points. Let's see. Nope. I want to learn Spanish though. Good Hunter Artemis. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like she was so much more distant when we first started this game, and now she's just like well, she's certainly more amenable. Sorry, amicable, that's what I meant. Let's go for the aid. Thank you for the suggestion.
Guide my hand.
Ooh, and more Artemis. What is this? Nah, I think we're good. So is there any particular reason why you want to learn Spanish specifically? And down they go. And we made it across. Let's see, to be able to broaden my horizons and get in touch with my heritage in some way. Also job prospects. Now that makes sense. I'm assuming that you are of Hispanic or Spanish descent. I guess I probably could have assumed that just from the fact that you're called Rio de Lobos. But of course that would have been just an overassumption on my part. That's pretty cool though. Now having a second language, certainly one of the Latin-derived languages I find to be very useful. Ooh, what is this? Duo. Your cast is stronger and tracks foes more effectively. It is also a fated choice. It's difficult not to go for the fated choices. You know what? I think I'm gonna go for it. This might have been nice, but it'll also replace Divine Dash. Crystal Clarity it is. So I guess this thing is a lot better at aiming. Yeah, Fated Choice made the most sense. Though, if I could... I also know a little bit of French. I've taken it several times during schooling. Ooh, man, it's your friend and mine, Than. Let's do this.
You wretches never seem to learn, do you? They really don't.
Beat him by one single enemy. That was wild. Back to 122 out of 150, so not too bad. I thought I took a bit more hits, but it was mostly from the traps.
Not bad, Zach. Here.
Hey, where'd you go?
You've had your hands full.
Oh, wow. I didn't get to speak with him. And I hear fishing. Yeah, so like I was saying, I do speak. I can read a little bit of French and speak very basic French as well. But like I said, that's because I took maybe like in terms of in grade school and college, I might have taken like 6 years of it in total. Very early on, so it kind of stuck. And it's also very similar to Spanish. The one time that I went to France, I guess it was useful in a very limited number of times. But what I do wish I could learn, of course, Japanese. Of course. Old ales is a weeb at heart. Alright, and let's keep moving. I should really use this cast more often. Nice. It aims so much better.
That's one more.
What could I sell here? No, I think not. Let's see, where are we here? I think we're good. All my love too long ago. What are our options here? Palm of Power, Centaur's Heart. Maybe let's go for the palm today. I still remember when I used to think that the Palm of Power was actually a pizza. That was fun. Fun days. When we didn't know things. When we ran like the wind. Under cerulean skies.
Gods grant me strength.
Either the special or the crystal beam. Maybe the special makes more sense. Yeah, let's go for the special. I feel like at the very least, I proc it a lot more than my cast. Even though I should probably be doing the reverse based on the fact that it's a duo at this point. And I believe we're facing off with the Hydra. Have you got any fun weekend plans ahead of yourself, Rio? I don't know that I've got too much lined up for myself. And sometimes quiet is good. Sometimes quiet is fine.
To learn, you seem quite upset.
And we finish round 1. Destroyed. there another one? What am I missing here? No. I'm out of cast. Where did they go? Oh, here's one. Round 2. Or rather. Beautiful, Artemis. Thank you. Down goes learning. Let's see. I know Cinderella time is approaching, right? No, absolutely is what it is. Hold on, I think I missed a couple of things here. I'm going to stream up until 2 in the morning, and yes, that is my Cinderella time. Anything I do over that really is overtime. Sudden death, as they say. I'm free Saturday, but my friends are hoping to tour some places for a new crib. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You're looking to change locations, maybe, potentially. Or they are looking to change locations. Let's see, but I don't want you to leave you so soon, lol. I got a chance to stop talking to this girl and coke chat it up here with y'all. Come chat. But Ales bro, I got a quick story with what just happened right now. Sure, you are welcome to share. As usual. Let's move on upstairs.
That victory of yours shall be short-lived.
I'm surprised that I haven't
always the next one.
yet spent that Defiance, but that's coming with Elysium, of course. Ooh, a Centaur. That would get me to a solid 200. I think I'm gonna go for that. I don't really think I need to buy anything else here. 7 more encounters to rank up the Frostbitten Horn. Nope, we're hoping to stay in the area we're in. Okay. So maybe just looking for a different crib in the same area. Gotcha. Okay, basically on the phone. Nicer's pretty as well. Spiritually inclined. Bring that up because it's important for context. Very cool. Very cool.
Everything's so green.
Now, when is the last time we've touched grass?
Long way to go. I think I'm ready.
Palm of Power, coin. It's hard not to go for the Palm of Power. Coin is always so clinical.
More flame wheels. More.
These things just like ram you. I just gotta keep my distance with these guys. Boom.
Delicious.
Okay, you know what? Simply because we are very likely to bite the dust somewhere here, let's go ahead and hide our... And there we go. We actually know where we're standing. Let's see. Basically, she's trying to have a nice conversation. She says she's not a romantic type or sexual type, particularly, but I'm sure with the right person that's different. That's understandable. And she'd rather have friends than buddies and such. So then I tell her some explicit stuff, and she's indifferent. She likes my boldness and thinks I'm interesting. Well, bold comments, at the very least, are always interesting. Then I show her my face, and she shows me hers. And now the tension builds. Let's see, special is stronger and inflicts chill. That could be good. However, I want to power up my call right now. To think of all the things that led me to this point in time. Ah, Hammer of Daedalus. Nice. That's not it though. Ah, I stood there like a fool. Very much a fan of these lasers as well. Alright. Okay. Your special hits and your next 2 attacks deal 80% damage. Let's continue powering up our flight. Though this one is actually quite nice, considering that I'm constantly dash striking whenever I can't use my shield. Yeah, that might be a good idea here.
There it is.
So wider range, and it's also more damage. Let's see. Okay. She thinks I'm attractive. That is some confidence. Ask her, do you find me attractive to where you leave me alone, or attractive enough to make it apparent you want to talk to me? Huh? She said it's in the middle. I asked where you were leaning more towards, and she said, leave you alone. Then I said, okay, that confirms I'm not your type then. Okay? That's a respectable statement. Then I said, thank you for that. I found a new type of that wouldn't go for me. I knew about 2 types so far. She would be the 3rd type. Sounds cocky, but stay with me here. Okay, I mean, I am for a lack of a better term, giving you the benefit of the doubt. And you know, there's a very slim difference between being confident in the things that you say and being cocky. So sometimes it's a bit of a gray area. So I wasn't making an assumption there. Edge of my seat, you and me both. No trope trials for me. Let's go face the duo here. Alright, clearly we're gonna go with Demeter first, just because I think she's far more vengeful.
One of them's not going to like this.
When all foes are chill afflicted, that's always a difficult one to pull off. You cast fires longer and inflicts chill. That could be useful. Whenever you cast, damage foes around you and inflict chill. Let's do this.
We Olympians, we are a prideful family, cousin. You cannot simply choose a favorite without spurring one of us to wrath.
Oh, Athena. If you really knew.
She won't like this. She's angry now.
Nice. Another round. Oh, come on. Blasted traps. Death-defied. All because I chased after that eyeball. Is that it? Jeez, that was prolonged.
Than to let old grudges stew forever, Zagreus.
Forgive and forget, as they say. Okay, abilities deflect, also make foes exposed. I don't think we've got any deflect abilities yet. Death Defiance restores more than usual for one use. That could be useful. Bronze skin. And this is solid. We'll go with the boring choice of bronze skin. Unfortunately, we did lose one Death Defiance. Ooh, but hey, we're gonna meet Patroclus here. Okay, let's see. So the first two types are the bougie type, the ones who have designer on or want a certain lifestyle, and baller to ride with, someone more simple in the head rather than philosophical. The second type would be the weird black girl who is very adaptable to the people around her, but doesn't have her own personality and wouldn't vibe with me because I know who I am and offer, and that in itself is spooky to the second type because that means she can control the situation by being a good chameleon. Okay? Last stand. The third type now is this girl who wants a softer guy, not someone who has a stronger approach to things. And she's smart for that. She gets way too many benefits from guys who are softer without having to compromise herself in different ways. I see. So somebody who is trying to balance that equation to make it worth her while, perhaps. I think more than the ways in which you are classifying these individuals, I find it more interesting to maybe consider the question of how many individuals you had to interact with to come up with these classifications. But that is interesting. Here's maybe the question, and I go: did you find satisfaction in your interaction with this lady? All right, where are we with Patroclus? I feel like giving him a gift.
Generosity, and certainly not this. But if you truly have no better use for it.
It's not a matter of oh, sir. Please open your mind to the possibility, nay, the fact that there are those who care about your well-being.
Beautiful. Forgive me, it is not my place to say much of him now. May his name yet live. May his soul bask forever in the glory of Elysium. Alright, let's see. But my question here is this, Ailes. I absolutely did more knowledge to me. Won't be spending too much time on things that don't work out for me. We care, but we absolutely care.
He's never going to return to me, is he? He's in your father's service now. He's never getting out. Neither are you.
Such a dire
No,
perspective.
that's not acceptable to me. None of it.
Ah, youthful idealism. I can't get enough of that.
So what do you intend to do? You're leaving anyway.
I'll figure something out. But you do something for me in the meantime. Don't give in to what you're feeling now, alright? Achilles loves you still. Like you don't know.
I'm past the point of making promises, but thank you for your words. I love him still, in turn. I pray the fates help you in your endeavors there.
Okay. Let's see. Just accept our friendship. Still a possibility of anomalies, but has to be given to me. Won't search for it. I think, you know, I don't know that you presented the formal question here in I Go, but I will say this. I have lived for a very long time. A very long time. And so one of the things that has come to my understanding is just the idea that there's a lot of people out there, a lot of interesting individuals, a lot of people that you can see bits of yourself in, and people that you can empathize with, and people that you can admire. And there's a lot of people out there that don't offer any of these things. And you know what? Time is limited. Not everyone is an eternal, and so if you are not finding some balance to that equation, if you are not finding what you're looking for from that individual, if you don't think that that equation is at the very least a net boon, then I say you have every right not to pursue it, not to follow through. Yeah, that's what I think. So Cyclops Jerky Select. For the next 10 encounters, your attack deals 60% more damage. That could be solid. I'm kind of just having difficulty not choosing the Kiss of Sticks. I don't know. It's generally a better bargain when I've got 5 chambers only, though. Let's do the thing where we choose that which seems the most tempting. And let's go for Hermes. Did I choose wrong, Rio? I didn't read your message before selecting it. You're like, Ailes, you have become too drunken in your own power. Boom.
Have a nice death. Olympus, I accept this message.
Okay, your God Gate charges up automatically, which is nice. Rush Delivery, you deal bonus damage based on any bonus move speed. Oh, that could be solid. And your special is faster. This point might actually be good because I find that my shield takes longer to return to me. Let's see. So my question is, after I vocalized this to the girl on the phone with words so adequate it disarmed her, and although she said we can talk again, I have leverage now, the ball is in my court, my advantage point is high, and that's not fun for her. It's intimidating for her. The 2 hours we spent on the phone now will be less than 30 minutes. You have to keep in mind that you can't heal yourself. No, absolutely, and that makes sense. So why does disarming someone make them so weary? Why not respect me more for figuring out and communicating the situation for what it is? Well, I mean, answering that question would have to force me to take a lot of assumptions of whatever the other person is thinking. And if I really wanted to answer something as simply, I would simply suggest the idea that, you know what, if that particular individual is not finding immediate satisfaction in your transaction, then it takes them aback and it makes them wonder why they are even engaging in the transaction. And again, it's not the sort of thing that I fault. I'll say it again, there's a lot of people out there, and if you can't get from them what you want to get from them, then you can simply let them go. So that might be one possibility there. I also think that in this day and age, it is very difficult for people to, well, maybe it's becoming a little bit better, but I do think that it is a little bit difficult for people to, quote unquote, break the fourth wall whenever they're having a social interaction with somebody and kind of spell out the rules of that interaction. I have had that happen to me a number of times. Not necessarily where I'm trying to, connect with somebody at that level, but maybe in times where I have had the opportunity to simply profess to somebody how much I admire them, which doesn't happen very often. Not in real life anyways. Let's see. For what it is. It's like the thing I mentioned yesterday. Girls want to be told what to do, but not be controlled. But you're right, not immediate benefits from transaction makes them back away. Beautifully said. It's immature in my opinion. No, honestly, it's, not one of us is completely mature here. And as much as we all want to be objective with things, it's very difficult to actually call that muscle into action when we really need it. Let's see. I won't lie, and I go, you seem to be going about this a bit too methodical and, I don't know, this isn't logical, but I understand why to go about it the way that you are. Why not talk again and then find balance to compromise? Communication and emotions can be hard to navigate, so I can't really say much on the matter. No, I mean, absolutely, it is kind of difficult to just navigate that. I think that one of the more difficult things to do ever is to fully understand somebody else. I think we spend the most of our time in life trying to understand ourselves, and just the idea that you think that you can properly communicate with somebody 100% at a base level is nigh impossible. Alright, let's go with Demeter.
It's that big soul catcher again.
Is that what it's called? I always called it hell butterflies. These things just revive so quickly. Nice. So your artifacts more potent, nice. Your cast fires and inflicts a longer chill, that's still very useful. And Raven as well. When you have no cast, take 10% less damage. I think either Nourish Soul or Glacial Glare, and certainly leaning more towards Glacial Glare at this point. Where are we in terms of time? We should be wrapping up here, folks. Maybe one more encounter. See, that's true. I think patience is needed, and maybe empathy and vulnerability. Yeah, vulnerability. The thing that you wish you could give everyone, but not everyone deserves it. I think Ale said something though the other day about luck. Something like, when skill isn't there, luck something. I forgot. But in a way, Ale was discrediting luck even though it's real. So not to leave everything to chance is the way I interpreted it. I probably said something like that. That sounds like me. I'm simply going to suggest that there are things outside of your control, right? You might be the most skilled operator, whether it be in communicating or interfacing with other people. But there are things that you can't control, and if you put that all together in this one big ball, it all amounts to luck, right? And it could be something as simple as how the person that you're dealing with, day went before you actually spoke. Let's see. Yeah, that's a daunting endeavor to overcome, and it's ironic for me to say if I'm being honest. So do what you can with the skill you possess. No, absolutely. I always say go 100% every time. And even that in itself requires an asterisk. Along with being honest and letting go of ego pride when it gets in the way.
I see.
We should really change the hashtags on this stream at this point. I feel like we're a philosophy, emotional intelligence stream. Certainly glad to have you guys here chatting. And like I said, we'll do one more encounter, and I think we'll wrap it up here. Sorry that I can't stay any longer, but funny enough, every single night that I stream late, I have to wake up early the next day. That's not by chance, it's by design. Oh, come on. I couldn't move out of the trap range. Oh, nice. Palm of Power.
The power of the gods.
Okay. My special is stronger. Turn looking at that. Then the Divine Dash, of course.
Stronger still.
Alright, let's see. Haha. Counseling, emotional intelligence, relationship advice, aid. Have you tried Micho yet, Ales? Yeah, what is Micho? I was merely joking, of course. Not trying to minimize anything that you guys are saying. Like I said, I certainly appreciate the level of banter that we have here at the Ales and Fails Twitch stream. But like I said, I think we'll wrap it up here. Let's go to intermission here. my mouse? Michorizo. You know what? I think I understand what you're saying. And I don't like it. Alright, well that was this has been an interesting night. Yeah, so that was the Ales and Fails stream for tonight. What do we call this block? The Modern Tap Room. Sorry, the Modern Speakeasy. We'll be back with Hades in about a week's time. I think we've got a good run right now. Some promise. But I have my doubts. Let's see. I know nothing like Jon Snow. Your reaction has been well, you know what? I am but myself at this time. Yeah, so if you like this sort of banter, if you like this this character that I play on TV, tune in tomorrow. I'll be playing Street Fighter 6 at around 2-3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time for a couple hours. So if you want to see me fail at that, feel free to tune in. Hopefully we'll have some nice online matches. And if not, I'll be back next week for my Wednesday, Thursday late evening games. Tomorrow Street Fighter. Yeah, it'll be fun in Ico. Like I said, I don't promise any improvement. I honestly haven't touched the game since last I streamed, so yeah, be ready for some more of that, some more of the pain. But you know what? That's okay. It is a very enjoyable game. I'll be sadly at work. That's okay, Rio. I'll still toast to you. But yeah, thank you very much everyone for tuning in and chatting. Very much appreciate the support and company. Certainly, once again, that high level conversation. But yeah, and for you and everyone else, have a great night. Have a great rest of your weekend. And as always, stay thirsty, LPAC. We'll see you again. And where's my...
you.